There was a teaching that James Patterson had in his master class. First lines matter. I started the beginning of this Kabbalah class with that assessment and that delivery. And when I was in the middle of war, I seemed to forget it. Out the window, there goes the world's best teaching. One of them, I lost the discipline to go through excruciating warfare and pain, and then still present the perfect ballet performance. First paragraphs matter. First stories matter. Captivates your audience. On discipline. What? Discipline. This says Dragon Queen money. Brick. How many of you done your A&R books for your dragons? I can play cute and charming to appeal to your ego or your sense of, I need to make sure that Kali Ren is like me or vibes like me so that she's normal. Let me tell you, I'm not normal. And neither is Dragon Queen money. Put on your first metal grafting. Wrap it around your brain, through each vertebrae of your spine, through your dragon tail. Make sure to get the razor blades through the coccyx and the foils through your sacrum bones. If you don't know what your sacrum bone looks like, you need to Google it. Get the foils through your joints, your elbows, your fingers, your hands, your toes, your feet, your ankles. You put the metal graft around your body. maybe in 1-inch cubes. Make sure the metal graft poops out through the bottom of your tail. I need a better word than poops out. That word is low. It's appropriate for a child. Center yourself. You may have had a big shift since the last install. Make sure your bottom is more square. Your hips have the foil. You're going to put on your first layer of petroleum jelly around the metal graft. Make sure there's a baby graft on each fingernail and toenail. And another baby graft on your lips. Of stuck energy. Maybe you can feel the baby graft on your lips. Pucker them. Until you can feel it poking through. And maybe it says, I lie about my money. Or I spend on cheap things. I don't want to grow up. And it may get to the point where it says sue people. Even out the energy in your body again. Maybe you feel your hips needing to shift. A block on your left side disappears, or on your right. We've learned to overcompensate for our inadequacies in life, our gross inadequacies in life. And we've developed asymmetrical lifestyles, and it's shown up on our body and in our hair. And fill the petroleum jelly in the graft in your feet and see if you can even it out. And then I'm feeling the demon in my left brain. And it doesn't grow upwards like my right brain does. So I have to take an etheric blade and cut open my left brain to pop an air bubble. And let it ooze out. It's all my beliefs about Dragon Queen money. And it might have to look spiritually insincere. So we see if our metal graft from our left brain or our right brain can grow up through our skull, stimulating each hair follicle. The metal graft will have to break down into micrografts to be able to do that. See if you can pop it through with each hair follicle. And then see if you can do the same thing to your muscular structure in your face and in your body. Micrografting. I'm keeping my hands together so I can feel them. I'm putting them in between my thighs so then I can feel my thighs and the way my hips feel against each other. My left hip feels different than my right, so I'm trying and intending in my brain to even them out. And then I attach to a new chakra above me and create another metal graft, another layer. 1 inch cubes, 1.5 inch cubes, maybe a little bigger. And then another chakra and another layer. And then another chakra and another layer. At the least, that should be your divine masculine chakra. And then it goes down to your clippeth earth of earth star of earth star. Three chakras down, 3 chakras up. 3 graphs down, 3 graphs up. And I'm feeling the resistance in my left brain saying, I don't want to build. I just want to have nothing. So I have to face that shadow. Till my left brain can agree that I want to build. My right brain is Maleficent. So she doesn't have the same issues. But my left brain seems to have lack of education of spiritual development. It acts like a child. It wants to be Hermione Granger instead of Khaleesi. So I'm watching the metal pokes and prongs try to grow through my left brain and up and out. This is a vice of your root chakra, is denial. Instead of acceptance for what is. And then I remind Hermione she would rather be Irene Adler, and Irene would have no problems with this. So Irene is a good stopping point. It's a milestone. It's not scary or terrifying like Khaleesi or Maleficent, but it's darker, edgier, and more grown up. It's more sophisticated. Instead of pandering to a male audience or to a group of women who want you to perform tricks in front of them like you're a sideshow. Okay. Layer on these next petroleum jelly goos. You have 3 layers. We're going to do a peach chiastolite cream with peonies, peach peony inlay. On each of these petroleum jellies, there are 4 layers now. This is reinstalling the beauty body, but on a more deeper, sophisticated level. Surrounding our arms and our legs. And then we're going to put brown earth or dragon shit. Maybe a combination of both. Fertilized brown earth, terra preta level or higher. How demeaning the dragon shit here. It's more appropriate now if it's fertilized, or it's fertilizer. Make sure everything is congealing around the tail and pooping out. Excavating appropriately. Protruding. That's one word. And this is our beauty body revamp. We're going to toss on the Grow Organically with Time Charm moss into the soil and 4 inlays. Okay, now let's talk about big money now that we're grounded and have done healing self-repair. Maybe we want to pour in the virtue juice into the soil and let it rot. Maybe that's how we feel good about ourselves. Big money. Old money. All the money. You're going to put on a graft around your body. Make it tight. You should layer it times 10. petroleum jelly on each layer. And through our joints and vertebrae and foils, we're going to put on a big money charm. We're going to get this teaching from old money. I build. I do not pronounce my wealth. I dress humbly and moderately. I invest in land and real estate. I take care of horses instead of go get drunk and party. I adopt a lifestyle of Zen and tea time. I develop a sense of class and order around my word, around my presentation, around my gardens, around my farms, around my produce and the wrapping I choose to use, around the way I choose to educate my followers or my constituents or my citizens. The way I choose to supply my army, and dress them and train them. The way I choose to deal with the homeless, the destitute, the mentally perturbed, the sick, and the addicted. The way I handle crimes, theft, murder, rape. The way I choose to handle the astral crimes and the magical ones. Animal cruelty, indifference, the way I choose to handle the polluted land. The way I choose to train FBI CIA, law enforcement, high intelligence agencies. We're going to put lime goo and glue on the petroleum jellies. So you get out of denial. You have million critical feedback pieces of data and information to offer everyone of authority in this fashion and have done very little of it yourself. You may have much deeper wisdom, more soul, more heart. You may have cooked out your reptile Slytherin, and still. We're going to put pearlescent goo on the 10 layers in between all the lime green Yoda balls goo. And breathe. We do not think in terms of the next 50 years. We think in terms of the next decade, 2 decades, 5 decades. We think in terms of the next 100 years and the next 300 years. Generations out. What we teach our children, what our children can teach their children, what their children can teach their children. And then maybe if we've established a healthy pattern that could be replicated appropriately, we might be okay. That's how many generations are required to get their ANO marks. To weed out all the demonic Slytherin exploitation, sex crimes, low class behavior. And you may feel a request from Mother Earth that you want to ask for her blessing or her magic. And she may decline. Because she's probably going to approach you like you are just fine now. Finally. And so we're going to put on one more metal graft around us. And we're going to pour on our Dragon Queen necklace charm into a petroleum jelly. You may have a couple. I may have built the necklace for you or with you. It may be online already. But the way you solidify This magic or this mental body is getting that necklace made and put together. Mother Earth says, I don't want you to make it yourself. I want men to be purchasing it for you. But it is your job to find the stones. It is your job to design it. And that's the intention. And if you are a guy, if you're a male, it is to produce that necklace for a daughter or a wife that is of equivalent value to us. Or a future mate. Or a niece. You are to build a legacy. The budget for the necklaces is about $400,000. Somebody says, or more in some cycles, but we do not waste our money on purely jewelry or veneer. It is supposed to be understated and still elegant. That you could wear it with a t-shirt and jeans, and it doesn't look atrocious while you're walking through the streets feeding a homeless person. They are the Archangel Dragon Queen necklaces. But if you do not make the house of the Archangel at the front seat, you're competing with 30 to 50 other individuals on the planet. Try to make sure you're in the second seat, or the third, or the fourth of that house of archangels. We're going to open our hands. We're going to touch the ground. We have no dragons. Mic drop. We have guides that can move massive amounts of energy that need to move a lot more. So we're getting the making our dragons real or more real charm to come on through. And you're going to find there's a lot of hesitation in your body and form about making them real. So you start with more real. And then there's the whole component. I don't even know if my dragon likes me. Then you better do their books. I don't want my dragons to have evil in them. I don't want my dragons to not be A&R cleaned. I do not want my dragons having demon and hell issues. I do not want my dragons carrying knife rape or emanating pedophilia. I do not want my dragons this or that or this or that. Saying, I do not want my dragons A&R cleaned is probably the most idiotic thing or stance in reality. And that's where most people are right now. They are completely in a space of counterproductive behavior. You guys owe me nothing. That's a much more appropriate and powerful stance. That means I can burn you down. I do not need anything. I can take care of myself. That's a place of abundance, wealth, mastery, intelligence. And you feel it. Put the final metal graft around your brain, through your spine, wrapped around your body. Around the tail. The petroleum jelly. You guys owe me nothing charm. And it will flow into your joints and the foils. In your knees, in your shins, in your feet, your toes, nails, nail beds. I want to owe you something. So then Lucifer comes in and tries to break the severity, cuts it down to build a bridge. And so does Dino Star. They just want love. We're going to take this mental body. If you didn't get the petroleum jelly on that last bit all the way around your body, get your tail caught up. Get the innards of your tail fully coated. And then times it by 50. Down, up, out, back. We're going to put the Gryffindor lava honeycomb 50 layers up, out, back, and down. We're going to put the hot pink paste in between each layer. Sometimes the back gets stuck, so then I open it up again, push it back. And I go ahead and do the hot pink paste. You are just a Slytherin. That is how everybody feels because you have money. Or a dragon. So we're going to burn that out. We're going to cut through our skull. And these are deeply embedded within the psyche, the genetic structure of humans. We're going to let the light and the lava purify that you are just a Slytherin. Make sure your commitment finger to what you give is charity and generosity and philanthropy. It's your right ring finger. And then maybe you want to put a dragon ring with a stone that matches your necklace in your brain surrounding it. And let that energy flow through. Graft it. Okay, we're going to do the Ravenclaw blue gels. Oh, wait, we're going to do the porcupine through. So porcupine through the 50 layers of Ravenclaw Gryffindor lava lasagna. To the point where you can feel and or see the metal mesh beginning to build around the egg. And again, you're going to put the coating of the Dragon Queen necklace charm onto the metal mesh. And then the 50 layers of Ravenclaw blue gels out and back and up and down. And then maybe my left brain might go, okay, I'll grow into those Ravenclaw blue gels above, 50 layers up, surrounding the teachings of wealth and Dragon Queen wealth. I would like to know about Dragon Queen wealth, level wealth in my life. I would like to know it, feel it, smell it, touch it, understand what I can do with it. That curiosity creates the growth. Oh, there's Kelly. Perfect timing. I would like to learn, be a student of Dragon Queen wealth. I'm sorry, why am I fumbling. Be a student of Dragon Queen level wealth. Make sure the pearlescent inlays are on each of the blue gels on the inside. Salviohexia honeycombs. And I hear Charlie is going to light my egg on fire to help set it. Baby Charlie, or a baby golden dragon. It is your homework assignment to go online or into a million stores and find all the stones for your necklace. I want that one, that one, that one. Okay. That was Dragon Queen level wealth. Holly Run out.